Good morning, class. I hope you're ready for another great day. Everyone is still doing fantastic, so keep up the good work. I hope you all received your missing assignments so that you could get those in. Those of you that got Smilegrams, I'm giving you 5 points in our competition for those Smilegrams. So, great job. This is lesson 17.5. We can represent decimal division. So we've done this before with our math tasks, so this should be fairly easy. I know that when we have to represent with a model, it seems a little more painful, but it's just another strategy that we have to learn. So, all right, so here we go. I'm going to just show you the concept real fast. Okay, remember when we did this in our math tasks? So we have 8/10 being divided by 2/10. So we first represent, oh, not the stamp side, 8/10, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10. Okay, so our whole or our whole group, not our whole, our group that we're dividing is 8/10. And we want to put it into groups of 2/10. So here's one group of 2/10. Here's two groups of 2/10. Here's three groups of 2/10, and it looks like we can do four groups of 2/10. Does that you remember that? So 8/10 divided by 2/10 equals 4. So that's the concept that we're going for, how we model it. Okay. All right, so let's look a little bit at your assignment so that you can kind of get an idea of what we're supposed to do, okay? So George has $2.45 to spend on hot chocolate packets. Each packet costs 35 cents. How many packets can George buy? Okay, so we want to know how many packets. Well, what is it that it costs? What's the total that it costs? $2.45. And we're dividing it into groups of 35 hundredths or 35 cents, right? Okay, so how do we go about? We want to model $2.45 or 2 and 45 hundredths. So this is one whole. Uh-oh, that might go through on my back. Oh well. This is two wholes. And I already made the grids just for time's sake. So 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's how I show the dividend, what's being divided. Okay, and then it says use your decimal model to find the quotient. Well, I'm going to do this with yellow so that you can, oh, maybe. So again, one whole, two wholes, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so everybody gets where I got 2 and 45 hundredths, right? Well, we're putting them into groups of 35 hundredths. So I know, let's make sure this is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Here's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is one group right there. Okay, can I make another one? I sure can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Another group of 35 hundredths. Maybe if I do it like this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, there's a second group. Can I make another one? I sure can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my 5. Oh, that should come all the way down here. That's why it's confusing me. Okay, So another one. So I should have this third 3. So this is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a third group. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. This is probably why I should have. There's a fourth group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is why I'm confusing myself. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear, what am I doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I wanted to go this way. Oh, anyway, you get it right there. So this one's going to have another one. So there's a fifth group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I already know because I missed the 5 over there. There's a sixth group. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a seventh group. Ooh, see? I should just have ones that are equally spaced instead of my handwriting, okay? So what does the quotient, what does it look like? Well, it's 35 hundredths. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then halfway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll cut this one, okay? So these are the groups that we're making is 35 hundredths. And we made 7 of them. So how many, let's go back, each packet costs 35 cents. How many packets can George buy? He can buy 7 packets. Okay. All right, number 2, a small art paintbrush costs 95 cents. If Jamie has $4.75, how many brushes can she buy? Okay, so what is our dividend? What is being divided? What's our whole, what is our whole group being divided? Well, what's being divided is the $4.75, right? And what groups are being, we're dividing it into groups of 95 cents. Okay, so it says then solve. Well, that's a big one to do. So again, you have learned the algorithm of $4.75 divided by 95, right? Okay, what is it that we needed to, hang on. What is it that we need to do? When can we divide by a decimal? We cannot divide by a decimal, so we need to make it a what? A whole number. So we're going to move 1, 2. So what are we doing when we move our decimal 2 times? Each time we move it, we're timesing by 10. So we're timesing by 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So when we moved it twice, we're actually multiplying by 100. Well, if I move my decimal here and times this number by 100, I have to multiply this number by 100, which I'm going to move 1, 2. Okay, so really we're saying what is 475 divided by 95, right? Okay, so cover this up. 9 times what gives me a number close to 45? Well, first off, knock, knock, knock. Dad's, yep, goes and gets mom. They're still scared. Goes and gets sister. So we're going to have at least one digit in our quotient, okay? So I'm going to try 5. So 95 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 9 is 45 plus 2 is, look at that, 47. So 475, subtract, we get 0. There's nothing to bring down. So how many brushes can they buy? They can buy 5 paintbrushes. Oops, there it is. Okay. Okay, Rick is making new shelves for his room. He has 20 4/10 feet of wood. If he needs 3 4/10 feet of wood for each shelf, how many shelves can he make? Okay, so what is our whole that's going to be cut up into? What's going to be divided out? Well, right here, he has 20.4 feet of wood. That is our whole that needs to be divided out amongst everything. And he needs 3.4 feet. So I want you to go through and I want you to figure that out, okay? All right, I'm going to show you this one and then you can do this one. It says use decimal models to find the quotient. So on the assignment, it may make you put up decimal models, okay? Well, we know that we're going to, this is our whole and we're dividing it into groups of 8/10. So I've got 1 and 6/10. So it looks like we're cut into tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. Maybe you could be a little quicker. I'm just going quick, okay? So we want to shade in 1. No, I'm going to do it in yellow since it's easier to. Okay, so 1 whole and 6/10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got one too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6/10 right there. So be careful when you're doing that. I always tell you to make equal lines, but because I'm trying to hurry and not make this video super long, okay? So then I'm going to be making groups of 8/10. So I know that 10 minus 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is one group of 8/10. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's two groups of 8/10, and it comes out evenly. So 1 and 6/10 divided by 8/10 equals 2. Okay, so do that same thing. Draw me a model that has 9/10 and then make groups of 3/10 to find the answer. All right, Samara pays $1.12 for some beads. Each bead costs 16 cents. Which expression models the number of beads Samara buys? Okay, now they told you right here that it's 1 and 12/10. So we know that's what's going to be being distributed, being divided. Okay, well, what is it being divided into groups of? 1600s. So they've taken over here and they've made it 1600s. Well, how many groups of 1600s did they make? That is our answer. So you've got to decide which expression shows this. Okay. Okay, find the quotient. So there's one of two ways. You can draw 1 and 7/10 and make groups of 3400s to see, or you can do the algorithm. 1 and 7/10 divided by 3400s. Well, can we multiply by or divide by a decimal? No, we want to move it so we're dividing by a whole number. So 1, 2. I'm moving my decimal 2 place values, which is multiplying by 100. So if I multiplied this by 100, I'd move it 2 place values, 1, 2. And what would I put in that space? A 0, okay? So now we are dividing 170 divided by 34 because we multiplied each of them out by 100, okay? So I want you to solve that one. Okay, Tina goes to the grocery store with $6.80. She wants to buy grapes that cost 75 cents a pound. What is the greatest number of pounds of grapes that Tina can buy? So what it's really asking you here is what's going to be your first number? So if I have $6.80 and I divide it by 75 cents, okay, I got to move my decimal twice. 1, 2, 1, 2. Knock, 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 knock. Is Dad scared? Yep, he goes to get Mom. She's still scared. So our first number is going to be right. Our first digit's going to be right there. Don't mind this up here. Okay. So it's saying 680 divided by 75. What number? Because that's going to be the greatest number it can be. Is going to be your answer right there. Okay. Okay. Says use a decimal model to find the quotient. 2 and 7/10 divided into 9/10. So you're going to have you're gonna have 3, and they're cut into tenths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put one right there, 10. Okay, and then you're making groups of, well, you're gonna first have your color in 2 7/10. Then you're gonna make groups of 9/10. There's one. Make another group of 9/10. Make another group of 9/10. Or if you understand the algorithm, I don't know what the interactive lesson is gonna make you do. It may just make you do it this way, or it may just ask for an answer. So you decide which way you want to do, okay? All right, 3 hours ago, Otto's digital thermometer showed that the temperature outside was 78 degrees. Now the temperature, or the thermometer, shows that the temperature is 54 9/10 degrees. By how much did the temperature drop? So that's what we need to find out. We know it started at 74 8/10, and then it dropped to 54 9/100. So what are we going to do to find the difference? And when we add and subtract our decimals, what do we do first? We line them up. Okay, and then number 11, multiply, use the decimal model. 4/10 times 6/10. Well, we've done this, guys. We've done it with math facts. So 4/10, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And where does our answer come from? Right there, where both of them are shaded in. Okay, not too hard today. Take your time, do your division correctly, and you'll be doing great. The other thing that you need to do is the comprehension coach. Now, let me warn you that there is no way you can read that whole story in 14 seconds. It shows me how much time you took on doing that, reading that story. Even with them reading it, they don't read it in 14 seconds. So if you do it in 14 seconds, I might reassign it to you to do again. Read it and answer the questions correctly. There's a video from Miss Rawlinson, a few posts down on Google Classroom that shows you how to do comprehension coach. But don't just take 14 seconds, guys. I know that you're just clicking answers if you're taking 14 seconds. There's a possible point of 40 points when you answer those questions. And if you only get 20 out of 40, you've got a 50%. So take your time, read the story, answer the questions correctly. Okay, I'll be online tomorrow. So if you have any questions, you can write private messages in Google Classroom, or you can email me questions. Keep up the good work. I still miss you. I was thinking today, I just am ready to go back to school. So I think we all are, but we will get through this. So have a great day, guys. See ya.